What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Nerdarcane here doing a couple of reviews. I'm going to review that one later. I think I'm going to hate it. I'm going to like it because I kind of like this art. It's very expressive and the faces are very expressive and like that. But I think the whole premise of this, I think I'm going to hate it. Plus, Chris Sabella is kind of a jerk. So that might be a roast except for the art. I do like that art. This is Spy Seal. Okay, this is from Image Comics. It's a tiny, tiny little book. It's like a year old. When I first read this, I hated it. And then I read it a couple more times, and I was like, okay, is there something to this? At the first time I read this, I thought the dude was serious. But this is almost, well, I don't know. I met the guy. He comes to my local comic shop. He lives here in Atlanta. This is a signed version of it. Really nice guy. I mean, he seems like a really nice guy. He seems like a really normal guy. But the thing is, I think this is kind of like a satirical take on the old spy movies, like old 60s, 70s type spy movies, and it is sort of satirical. I hope it's satirical on the modern art world, postmodern art world, which is basically what this stuff is I've done a video before. You all know I hate postmodern art. But this is Spy Seal, and from what I understand, I was talking with the guy at the comic shop. This was kind of an idea that this guy came up with when he was young. And if that holds true, this is kind of a weird thing of when your young self and your modern self, your adult self, kind of have a conversation and collaborate on something. Like, young self probably came up with this idea, and then older self brings in... This page almost lost me. She's in here. She's obviously a communist. She's talking about the proletariat, the underclass, the way people are treated. Blah, 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 blah. This is like, there's as much art level and as much text and reading as there is in like those crappy comic books or those crappy comics that you find in Creative Loafing. I mean, how good of a cartoonist do you have to be published in a free magazine? Huh? Really? Serious? But they go to the thing. He's out of work, and they go to this is like a high art museum exhibit, and it's kind of like, to me, I read the pretentiousness of postmodern art, where something like this, and it's like, oh, it looks like it's moving even though it's standing still, and blah blah blah. No shit, that's what these lines are. Anybody who reads a comic book knows that's what these lines are. So this dude just kind of happens along this super stereotypically written bunny, and oh god, so they're like, oh, we go upstairs to performance art, and it's that bad the way the dialogue is written for this bunny, and I think that's on purpose, and I think it is very funny because this is sort of tongue-in-cheek homage to like old spy movies. I think it is. I don't know what's in, from what I understand, the creator is kind of a unique guy. He's got a really unique sense of humor, and I think that's what he was going for. Especially with this part where she's totally jealous of her, and this leads to something else weird. They would have weird babies. They also would have weird babies, but anyway, it goes to part of the performance art. I hate performance art. I think performance art in this like highbrow setting, I think performance art is horrible. You know what I consider good performance art? Jackass. All of Jackass, especially the movie, was brilliant performance art. They weren't doing anything artistic, but it was just stunts and events, and it was entertaining, and it was like sort of this self-masochistic performance art. And it just, this whole page is like about the absurdity of performance art. But cool thing is, one of these dudes is a spy, and they're trying to kill this dude. And I like that, how he does this from the perspective of the guy. Sees like yells "Die capitalist scum" or some crap like that, and it goes through the whole thing. But I really enjoyed this. I mean, this is very much an indie comic. This is a very, very basic art style. But the more I read it, the more it kind of grew on me, and I really sort of liked it. Another cool thing is like this performance art thing, and it kind of reminded me of this actually happened in performance art. Somebody wanted to, and this all leads to sort of a mystery, and I may pick up some more of these issues, because apparently this is a running series. I didn't know that. It just shows how well Image promotes their creators. But there was a performance art piece, I don't know if you call it a piece, where I think the dude was going to have his friend shoot him with a bulletproof vest on. But his friend was I guess his friend didn't know how to handle a gun and wound up shooting the dude in his arm. They had to go to the hospital because his friend shot him in the arm or something along those lines. You Google it. It's actually very hilarious, the situation. But that is Spy Seal. I hated it at first, but now that I read it a couple times, I really started to like it. And you get a 2-for-1 in this one. This is a cool thing that Alterna Comics does. It came out on Wednesday, and they all have sort of these like pulp monster covers to them, and it's really cool. This is kind of like a collection. I guess we would call it an anthology of comics, and I guess a lot of these guys might be getting their first shot at the comic book. And this one was really good. Once again, $2. This thing is this thing is thick with 2 C's for $2. You kidding me? This was. I don't know how much this was. I'm probably going to hate it, but $3.99, and I'm probably going to love this a lot more than I love that. But just a quick synopsis of this. This is like sort of a Coraline-esque horror story where her brother comes back, but it's just his skin, and it's infested by rats, and the rats are like operating him like Muppet Man. But if you look at this, try getting that. That's going to haunt you for a long time. It's going to haunt me. Now it's in your eyes. You can't get it out. So, yeah. And it has sort of like a grim fairy tale thing to it. But that story was very fun. This is a 2-page story. This is... I don't know who this is. I hope he gets more... The art I like, too. I hope this guy gets... I hope he catches on. Because this is a 2-page story. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 2 pages, 9 panels, and it's just a very, very dark and very cool story. This one was cool too. I kind of hope that this becomes a series. This is, let's see, what is this one called? Build Something Greater. This cool story was really cool. I guess robots have taken over. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Paints a picture of the world that they're in, paints a picture of the motivations, and shows there's action. This is well-woven comic book art. This is very well woven. The introduction of the character, the introduction of the antagonist, the introduction of the world is all woven so beautifully together that all you need is 4 pages and you have told a story. And I kind of like this, how in some ways she's kind of taking back the world. Read that. That was fun. Baron Rat, always kind of funny. This is kind of, I think Baron Rat is an ongoing with Alterna. Alterna doesn't do a whole lot of ongoings. I'm not going to spoil the rest of this, but there's kind of some cool horror type stories at the end of this. A little preview of the Wicked Righteous and the Portal, which this is Blood Fists. I think that's what he's called. All of this is so cool. This is a really cool thing, and Marvel, I don't know if Marvel still does this, but I guess this is the... And Peter, if you watch this, Peter, let me know. Peter Samedi, CEO, creator of Alterna Comics. Go check him out. Go buy his comics. I think this is sort of like the Marvel Comics Presents of Alterna Comics, and this is what I always say, and I've said it in a lot of videos. Marvel should bring back Marvel Comics Presents and use it as a springboard. If you get a new writer or you get a new artist and you want to give them a shot in the big times, this would, if Marvel were a healthy, functioning company, this is what a EIC would do. Is they would use Marvel Comics Present. They would get these young guys young men and women who would apply, and they say, okay, show me what you got. Write me a 6-page story on Captain America, or give them something tricky. Write me a 6-page story on Banshee from the X-Men. Some character who's kind of inconsequential right now, they're not really using. Show me that you can write a good 4-page story for Gambit. Show me a good that you can do a 5-page story for blah blah blah, for whatever. And that is what Marvel Comics Presents should be. And I think, just from looking at this, just from reading this, I think that's what it came out on Wednesday, because a lot of these names of these people who've done, I never really heard of them, and it's actually kind of, I liked I think I liked all of these comics. But once again, Alterna Comics this is my jam. I gotta order an Alterna shirt. But that's all I got for this, man. Go check these out. This one was kind of cool. This might be hard to find. Spy Seal might be hard to find, but I had a good time with it. I hated it first, but now I had a good time reading it. Always have a good time, except for one book. I always have a good time with Alterna Comics. But that's all I got for this one. I just realized over the next few months, or next few weeks, Forza Horizon 4 is coming out. So we're going to start getting some gaming videos. I'm going to start doing some driving stuff. I'm already building logos for Red Rooster, Alterna Comics, Jawbreakers, all these indies, all these Indiegogos. I'm building their logos in the game Forza Horizon, and I'm going to put them out publicly, but my cars in my Forza Horizon driving are going to be, they're going to look like race cars, but the liveries around on them are going to be things like Jawbreakers, Iron Sights, Red Rooster, Cyber Frog, all of that stuff. And I'm going to have some fun. I'm downloading, as we speak, I'm downloading the demo for Forza Horizon 4, and I'm going to do some videos on that. I'm really stoked about that game. But first, my first love, actually I think this is my second love. Racing was in my blood long before comic books. But these two were fun. I actually had fun. I hated this one at first, and I think that's the real fun part about comic books. One of the things that I love is I can read something that I hate, and then the more I kind of think about it and it stirs in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I actually like this. So this was fun because it flip-flopped. It went from hate to I liked it. I enjoyed it. These are always good. But thanks for watching. I'm at like 12 minutes. This is a long-ass video. Thanks for watching. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. Do other things. Have a good day. Oh, new comic book day tomorrow. So, gonna buy some stuff that DNC recommended. But thanks for watching. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh, man, that's way too long. But have a good day. Bye.